So last week we were out giving dawah basically, and we came across this group of guys, right? And they started to talk to us for a couple of minutes, and eventually one of the guys decided to take a shahada and he became Muslim, alhamdulillah. So this was amazing in itself, and the brothers were engaging with him, they were greeting him, but at the same time there was a guy with him. And this guy seemed very uninterested. So I approached him and I said to him, look, what's going on? You heard what happened, you were listening to the conversation, what do you think? The only response he gave was, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I don't believe in God. So after probing a bit further, I asked him again and I gave him some rational reasons for the existence of God, which he couldn't deny. But at the same time, he still was persistent in saying, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. So several minutes later, I decided to wrap up the conversation because it wasn't going anywhere. But I carried on thinking about this incident, for a while afterwards. And what I realized was that this guy was in a state of arrogance. He was in a state of arrogance. And the reality is, brothers, sisters and friends, many of us are in a state of arrogance to some extent. And may Allah protect us from this, may Allah free us from this state. So what do we do? Because the reality is this state isn't beneficial. It's a very detrimental state because it doesn't allow us to connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It doesn't allow us to turn to Allah. And the solution that I'm going to give you or share with you today is the Quran. Now, the Quran is an amazing book because it makes us think, it makes us reflect, it makes us ponder, right? It grabs you and it shakes you up. And one such verse that I want to share with you, which if we were to reflect over, would destroy and remove any shred of arrogance that may remain within us, which may be within us. And that is the verse found in chapter 16, verse 4, where Allah says,
خلق الإنسان من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين.
خلق الإنسان من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين. Allah clearly says that He created mankind from a drop, just a drop of semen. And this very creation stands in front of Allah as an adversary, as a contender. Wallahi, brothers and sisters, if we reflect upon this reality, if we reflect upon this verse, what we would realize is that we were nothing. We are nothing. 20, 30, 40 years ago, we were a drop of despised liquid, dirty fluid. And now we stand here arrogant. I don't need God. I don't need to worship God. What's He done for me? We have this attitude, this arrogance, which is uncalled for. It's sickening if we think about it, because we were nothing. We didn't bring ourselves to this point. So rewind the tape forward and we're this fully functioning human being. A human being who can think, who can ponder, who can reflect, who can understand and absorb, who is conscious. Were we in control of these processes? Did we bring ourselves from that drop of fluid to this point? No, we didn't. Allah did, and we need to turn back to Him and we need to say Alhamdulillah and thank Him and seek His forgiveness. Brothers and sisters, wallah, if you just go away and you study this verse and you sit there and you reflect over it for about 10 minutes, you will see how it changes you. You will see how it changes you, inshallah. So brothers and sisters, please do this. Reflect over the Quran and other such verses. Stay tuned for upcoming episodes, inshallah. Please subscribe to the channel. And inshallah, there's loads of amazing videos to come, inshallah. Jazakallah khair for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.